I was simply acting in accordance with the will of the heavens. It was also a way for the human race to survive. I am not worthy of the title of martial ancestor. The ones in front of you are the strongest masters of the human race. If they say you are a martial ancestor, then you are a martial ancestor. If it weren't for you and the 9 other martial ancestors, the human race wouldn't be where it is today. Senior, what about ink? When did it appear? When the world first opened, when the first ray of light appeared, there was darkness. It was born from the world, and its existence was even older than the divine spirit. Ink's power is so evil. In ancient times, when the divine spirit and monster race ruled, did it not come out to cause trouble? Although it is an extremely ancient existence, its sentience was awakened very late. It remained dormant in its birthplace until a long time later when it gained sentience and left. This place? Senior, you mean that it was also born here? That's right. This is the place where the world first opened, and is also the end of the world. That is why we tricked it into coming here and set up a restriction to seal it here. Tricked it. Alas, back then. In fact, Ink's intelligence is only comparable to a child's. When Ink developed intelligence and left this place, the ancient era had ended and the human race dominated the 3,000 worlds. Can you imagine what it would be like for a child who has never seen the world outside to suddenly arrive in this extremely prosperous world? He must have been very happy and wanted to integrate into it. Yes, it didn't mean to harm anyone. However, it didn't know that its power was too great, and that this world simply couldn't withstand it, so wherever it went, all humans were Ink, and all of them respected it. In just a few hundred years, more than 100 great territories fell and the world force dissipated. After this old master and his 9 old friends received the news, we immediately rushed over to investigate. We came with hostility, but Ink welcomed us as friends. We didn't know what to do. Originally, we wanted to kill it, but when the time came for us to act, no one could be ruthless. In addition, since Ink was immortal and indestructible, we had to find another way. So we set up the heavenly beginning break restriction here to lure it here. No. We sealed it here in order to slowly find a way to neutralize its power and see if we could find a way to both preserve its life and resolve the dangers of the Ink force. Ink was furious and ordered its subordinate Ink clan to launch an attack on the human race. The two sides fought fiercely in this vast void, resulting in both sides suffering heavy losses. That battle lasted for nearly 10,000 years. Just when we thought it was about to end, Ink suddenly erupted. It turned out that it had been accumulating power all along. If I'm not mistaken, those slaves are the ones you call royal lords. Although we tried our best to seal it again, some of the slaves it created managed to escape. So that's how it is. Now Wonder Jiishin says that the royal lords came from the source land and brought their own ink nests. From the looks of it now, the royal lords who had walked out were the same batch as that period. What kind of strength does an existence like Ink have to be able to create so many royal lords? Ink can't escape from the inside, so it can only place its hopes on its servants. If the restriction encounters too many attacks from the royal lords outside, it won't be able to hold on for long. However, this worry has never come true. We now know that the human race still has the strength to fight. As time passed, my old friends were unable to hold on and left one after another. In the end, only this old man was left, and then you came. Senior, our human race's expedition army has arrived, so how can we completely destroy Ink? Ink is born from the world, immortal and indestructible. We can only seal it, but cannot completely eradicate it, unless... Find the first light. First light? When this world first opened and the first ray of light appeared, there was darkness and Ink was born. So, we can speculate that this light and the darkness coexist. Only the power of that light can counteract the power of Ink. In this world, there is naturally light in the land covered by the universe, so how could there be a first or second light? That's right. This is completely incomprehensible. Since Ink has gained sentience, that ray of light should have long since gained sentience, so it must be hiding somewhere in the 3,000 worlds. Perhaps it's a person, a monster beast, or even a tree by the road. If we can find it and bring it here, Ink will naturally not be a problem. What are you looking at me for? Wait. Big brother Huang and big sister Lan. If there's any power in this world that can truly restrain the Ink force, it can only be the light of purification. The power of the light of purification comes from burning shine and nether glimmer, which comes from big brother Huang and big sister Lan. Oh, does this little friend know about the first light? I'm not sure if I do. It's just that. I once obtained some power. This is heavenly beginning great